Jason Rikard. I believe there's 2 seats available. Is that right? Yeah, 2 seats available for Yuba City.
Thank you, sir. How's everybody doing? First off, I want to thank everybody for all the support. It's amazing. I really appreciate it from everybody. This is amazing at what we've got going on here. We're really pushing. And I'm sure you've all seen what's going on with the government overreach. It's not statewide, it's not national, it's everywhere, and it's citywide. We have a real issue at City Hall, folks. We've got to get a control on this. They're doing things without ordinances. They're putting their thumb on the little guy. You want to talk about hurting business? Some of the executive staff, as they call themselves, at our City Hall, are hurting business in a bad way. It's got to stop. If they don't have an ordinance, they haven't amended the city code, guess what? It's not their good idea that they're going to enforce. It's going to be what the people want. That's why I'm running. It's about time the people have a voice in Yuba City rather than just whatever the executive staff wants here. And that's what we're running into right now. We've got the 16-ounce beer fiasco. I know everybody's seen it, I know everybody's heard about it, but let me tell you something, it's not about a 16-ounce beer. Not at all. It's about our local government putting a thumb on one little business saying, guess what, he can't do that. It's wrong, and it's a tyrant. Because everybody else in town is selling it. And I don't know about everybody in town, so I shouldn't say that, but the fact is 1,600 feet away they're doing it. The other stores are doing it around him, but they've decided in all their wisdom to not let him sell something that could expand his business. It doesn't just stop there with the government overreach, folks. We literally have a tyrant right now at City Hall who has told a lady that her garage burned down. Doesn't matter how it burned down, the fact is it burned down. So she got the insurance money, wanted to rebuild her garage. Well, guess what? Until she puts in drought-tolerant landscape, they're going to hold her permit. So she can't put in a drought-tolerant, like she can't put in a new garage because of the drought-tolerant landscape. It's amazing. There's no city ordinance, there's no code. It's just their good idea again. It has to stop. This government overreach is really killing our city. And I mean, I know there's bigger fish to fry in the state level and in the federal level, but once we take it back at the city level, the state level, and the government, the federal level will follow suit. So we have to do this. That's why I'm running. We're going to make a change. My job as a city councilman is not to be buddy-buddy with our executive staff or our city manager. My job is to stand between you and them, listen to you guys, and let them know your will, and they need to do that on your will. If that doesn't happen, we find new ones that will. Because this is unbelievable, the government overreach we have right now, just at the city level. I always had a problem with the bully. And right now, we got a bunch of them in City Hall, and it's got to stop. If they can't do their job, they can't live within a budget, then guess what? They need to find a new job. I live and die by a budget and by a schedule. If I missed my budgets by some of their budgets that they're missing by, I wouldn't have a job come Monday. I put out that video. Some of my investors watched it. They said, Jason, they said, you nailed it. You got it right on the money, buddy. If you missed a budget like that, you wouldn't have a job come Monday. There's no doubt about it. So why are we letting them continue to miss their budgets and not holding them accountable? Nobody can answer that. It's got to start happening. It's going to start happening. The city council has the power to put the pressure on the city manager. The city manager is at the will of the city council, folks. If he can't keep his executive and staff in order and hold them accountable to do their job, guess what? We'll find a new city manager that will. It has to stop. Right now, I'm going to give you a little update on this 16-ounce beer fiasco we got going on. We went and asked them to overturn it. They said, no, you're going to have to go to city council. One one man, one idea, could have overturned it and been done with it. Instead, they're electing to spend your tax money, so your tax dollars, to pay the executive staff to argue about this and talk about this. They're going to pay the city council to negotiate it, figure out what's going on, over a 16-ounce beer that they're saying one guy can't sell. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, but a 16-ounce beer is not worth my tax dollars to put the thumb on a little businessman.
Jason, can you elaborate on what the 16-ounce beer is all about?
The 16-ounce single can of beer, it's what it sounds like, a 16-ounce single can of beer. Kumar at the Washington Avenue can sell a 24, can sell a bigger one, I don't even know what the ounces are.
32, 40s.
Okay, so there you go. 32s, 40s, he can sell those, but he can't sell a 16-ounce beer. Why?
How did you even get to the situation? And I hate to do this, but
Yeah.
I would like to understand as a business owner. So how did it get to this point that it had to go before the city to even ask the question?
He couldn't sell it before, so he asked ABC, I want to be able to sell this because apparently it's $1 can of beer and he couldn't sell that one, so he wanted to sell that one single can.
It went through the ABC.
The state decided that he couldn't do it.
No, the city did.
Not
The
the state.
original was the state.
Okay, but this last time it was the city.
Characterizing some of this stuff. Some of what you
Look.
are saying is half true.
So, no, it's not. The actual, I have the letters here.
I went with him, with Kumar down.
I'm a personal friend of Kumar.
We are too.
I know that. I've known him for a long time. Look, I was teaching.
So what you're saying, you're standing with on behalf of the executive staff, sir.
Absolutely not.
So you're standing with the business,
Absolutely not.
on the side of the executive staff, other than our
You are lying
community.
about me.
Not.
He is
I'm
lying
telling you
about
right now, I'll stand up for you
He
folks.
is lying.
Go ahead.
About me, he is lying because he's throwing me into the basket with the rest of them without ever having come and talked to me about what I thought about it and what I was already doing about it. So he has not come to me to chat with me about it. So I personally am offended because I was Tea Party before Tea Party even existed in 2006. I didn't have this organization to help me out. I didn't have the vote to help me out. I always waited for a vote like you or Poteen to get rid of the 3 in that direction, to get 3 in our direction. So you're throwing me under the bus at times here, and it's offending me. I'm not going to say that I wouldn't support you or anything else.
That's fine.
But you are characterizing me as being with them, and I am offended at that.
That's fine. You can be offended. You can
I'm
be offended all
offended
day
because
long.
I was Tea Party before Tea Party.
All right.
You're picking me, so I'm just saying right now.
Let's get one thing straight. ABC okayed the 16 ounce.
No, they did not okay it. They asked if they could okay it.
And the city opposed it.
Well.
And the city opposed it. Did the city not oppose it?
How many times do I have to say it?
I haven't heard you say that, sir. I haven't heard you say it once that the city opposed it.
How many times did I just say it? And he keeps asking me. 3 times this time. And he keeps overriding me with his volume.
Oh, you're right.
That's
That's a loud volume.
You're being a bully to me right now. You're being a bully to me.
Because I'm standing up for the people.
I did not agree to, still doing it. Speak without the microphone.
Okay.
Now, I have
Because I'm
already-
standing up for the
I have-
people, sir,
See right there.
I'm being a bully.
See, there you go.
I'm done. But the fact is,
I have already expressed to Kumar,
The
and
fact
you,
is-
you referenced that in one of your videos.
I'm
I've
going
already
to
said
stand up
that
for
they
the
have
people, sir.
overstepped.
I'm going to stand up for the people.
I have already said that I have disagreed with what has been done. I would like to have had it taken care of. But there are 3 votes on that council right now that override 2 votes.
But the fact is, it's not even a city council issue right now.
Correct, it is not an issue.
Exactly. It's a city manager issue.
Exactly.
A city executive staff issue.
Exactly, executive
Okay.
staff issue, correct.
Exactly. So
That's
what I
why
want to
I
know,
agree with you.
so what I want to know, at this point, why are we letting executive staff do this?
Because that is in the charter or in the statement that that department has that authority. Now,
They have no ordinance to
tell.
stand on,
The
and no
way-
city code amended. They
You
cannot
are
do
given
that.
the choice to make the decision on those rulings.
By who?
What- By the way that they're.
By the city
they're,
council.
By the.
The city charter.
Management stuff. And this is good, don't worry about it. I'm not having a problem with this. It's done by how the department is set up and the regulations as to what they can make decisions on. Whether I agree with it or not is a different story. Now, if they make a wrong decision, okay, and they make a wrong one based upon their decision, the city council has the responsibility to come back and say, no, you're misinterpreting that. We don't want you to do that. That is why it goes back, and then the city council as a whole says, you are interpreting this farther than we intended to be. So, they go, no, you don't do that to them. Then it sets a new precedence for them to no longer go beyond that point.
Well,
that is the way the best government works. That is a representative government. So when the non-electeds make the mistakes, it goes to the electeds to say, hey, you went too far. The community does not like that. So don't take it that far anymore. And you give them a new parameter of the implementation of a decision. Because they over-implement, state, federal, local, over-implement everything. So what we do, your electeds go back and tell them, slap and say, no, you went too far with implementation, this is what it is. And so that's the process of our government. It's healthy, it's strong.
So why hasn't any, this has been going on over a year. The
Yes.
only one who has stepped up to help us with this at this point has been Jason.
That's
Now,
because I was not contacted. And
that you
Kumar
said you were a good
told
friend
me,
of Kumar's.
Kumar came to me, or I went and visited him. He said, I asked to have you come out and help me with it. They turned me down. I said, I never even knew about it. So, staff circumvented the city council member that knows him without letting me know. So I have not spoken to him about that yet because of the election time, and I'm waiting for this to find out what's going to happen through the process.
Because we have spoken to Darren Gavin, and you know
Darren Gale. I
whatever
agree.
his
And I've
name is,
spoken
you
to
know
him
the
also.
crap he gave me? I feel that a 16-ounce beer is going to have people turn into alcoholics. I worked in a drug and alcoholic unit. That's not what
And
makes
I don't
you turn
agree
into
with that. I
alcoholics.
don't agree with it. That's what I said. I do not agree with him.
And I told him his empirical knowledge was a bunch of BS.
That's
and
why it
that
goes to
we're
the
not
council
making
that
decisions
says
based
you
on
do
what
not.
he thinks.
That's
Let me,
why the council that says, no, you cannot make that decision. It is the wrong one for you to make and say, don't do that again. That's the process that is in place as a representative government.
So why didn't Kumar feel comfortable coming to you?
He did come, he said he did try, and he didn't think about coming to me personally. He was doing it through the process.
Santos, you had a question?
Well, I'm just wondering, why do we need a city manager and a city council?
Because that's a state designed government.
Yeah.
It's the way that the state has it set up.
In Jefferson, you might want to do something different.
Yeah.
One more question.
That's all the process.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I opened up the can of worms.
Oh, no, it's okay.
But, no, I just want to say that, what I want to just say is, currently we have a council that has 5 members on it, and most of you understand that the cycle goes, you have 3 members that get voted for in one election cycle, you have 2 seats that get voted on the other election cycle. If you pay attention to what your council has been over the last few years, which is why I'm running also, is that we have an issue of, it's been 3-sided, 3 votes, 3 heavy votes that don't allow the council to do a lot of different things if something comes up that needs to get changed. So I can say this, that if you want a different direction in your city and in your community, you need to look at the people who will understand what you're saying, who are available to speak to, where you can find them and talk to them, and vote those folks onto your councils. Because that's probably your biggest issue. I can tell you as a business owner, when I first came to this community and I opened up, I had to fight City Hall also. Some of those may have been in that Hillcrest Water Plaza or Water District meeting at the time. There were 300 people there, and I went up against the City Council at the time. And I had a 45-minute conversation with the mayor the next morning at 9 o'clock, and he told me nothing that I needed to know to fix it. This has been a few years back. I can tell you that you need people that are willing to stand, hear your voice, and represent your voice on the council, not represent themselves.
And actually, we're Yuba County, and what happened? We just voted off 2 county supervisors at the last election.
Of course.
So you have to be active, you have to be out there talking, and
So, you know, Facebook and social media is really your friend, okay? I'm telling you, that is the easiest way to get things out. But anyways, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take it away from Jason, but I
No,
just...
Jason's doing good. I'm not arguing with Jason on what he's trying to do. It's just he's throwing too much generalities out there, and that is one of the things that I have been fighting for me, because I'm fighting it from the inside. And I was at the county for 8 years and turned it upside down because of the fact that they weren't listening to people. Made the changes there, was going to step away, and I was asked to run for council to try to do the same thing at the city, where the executive is running the city.
You know, one of the things that really comes across, and you can see this being played out right here, and some good communication going on actually, because this is what the Tea Party is all about, is that you get, and I, as a superintendent, I used to see this all the time, you get the bureaucrats wanting to run everything and tell you what to do, and they really exceed and go over their bounds. And, you know, I'm a citizen of Yuba City, and I've seen that. It's quite evident the night that we had everybody here. And by the way, the staff showed up. I do have to applaud them for showing up to talk about the water issue and things like that. But this is something that is endemic in all small communities all across the land. And they are usurping their authority as non-elected officials and doing whatever they want to do. This is the major challenge that Jason has, that anybody who's in office now or running for office at the local level has. These people need to be challenged, and they need to be straightened out, because the whole mentality behind this, what prompted all this discussion here, is that those people think they're in charge of you. You, the citizen, are not in charge of them. And when that's the case, you have tyranny. And you witness the tyranny. Kumar witnessed the tyranny right here. And I think a little bit of communication going back and forth will solve the problem, because it seems like you guys are on like-minded here, because you don't want the bureaucrats around. I'm going to turn back to Jason for closure.
I'll close it up really quick. Yes.
No, I wanted to say something to Santos. The reason why you would have a citizen oversight and a paid person who devotes his or her time is the citizens are in charge and they make the decisions. We have to be smart enough to vote in the right people. And then you have someone who is paid to get the job done. And as he says, at the pleasure of the citizen oversight. And that works if you vote in the right people, if you pay enough attention.
I'll make it quick. In closing, if you want to see somebody stand up to a bully, I never back down from a bully, and I don't intend to now. And the fact is I really want to change something, and I really want the citizens backing. I really want them to have a voice. I've been to the city council meetings. Right now, you don't have a voice. You will have one, I promise. As you see tonight, they will not shut me down, they will not shut me up, and we'll push until we get this done. Yes?
If you were on the city council right now, would you fire the city manager?
I would definitely put him on notice if I had the votes, and that's what that would be the first thing, is to make sure we have the votes, and push him through, and make sure he's put on notice. But he already knows he's on notice with me. I don't buy them coffee, I don't go down and ask for their vote. I want your folks' vote. They're not my friend, they're not my buddy, and it's just like I run my business. Tomorrow, I may have to fire somebody. So guess what? I'll send them out to lunch, do everything that I can to help them along, but the fact is they're not my friend, they're not my buddy, they may be down the road tomorrow. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Like I said, I greatly appreciate the support. We can't do it without you. But if you want to mix it up at City Hall, I'm your candidate, I promise. Thank you, guys.